If you have something to ask, please let me know. Ask your questions, any doubts, a topic that you want to review. That will be fine. Let me share my screen for you because today's lesson is about finishing this unit. Unit number 4, everyday life. What have we learned in this unit? Well, as we see here, in lesson A, we describe our typical morning using the present simple. In lesson B, also weekly routines, things that we do because we have a responsibility maybe, and well, we do it habitually, week by week, day by day. We also learn how to answer yes no questions. And yesterday we saw about answering more than yes or no. And well, to give a little bit more of information to sound more natural, or also to to be more friendly to a person that is asking the question. So we use more information. And also we learn that this word well is we can use this word to give us time to think about the answer. Like AMLO, you are speaking very slow. What you use, well, I don't know, or well, this and that. Well, gives you time to think about the answer in order to sound more friendly or natural. Today, we are going to do lesson D. It's about habits. In this case, we are going to look and learn about some American habits right here. In Mexico, we have many habits like eating tacos or going to the movies or doing this and that things. Americans has have habits too. So we are going to review about it for young people because everybody has habits. The grown up people, the young, the kids, we all have habits. And also we are going to write. This is very important. We're going to practice our writing. In this case, we are going to write about a classmate or a friend and using a website. There are a lot of website pages that you can write something like a podcast or maybe Twitter or Facebook. You write about things. In this case, we are going to write about a person, maybe a friend or maybe a classmate. We will see about it in a minute. Let's review what we have learned. This question is very important. What is your typical, could be day or morning like, using like as a comparative to give a description of our day. So we use the verb be and like. It's like an interviewing question. What is your typical morning like? Oh, I get up, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I eat breakfast, then I go to work, and so on. You describe your day using daily routines. You comb your hair, maybe you have breakfast, you go to work, and at the end of the day, you fall asleep. But in the morning, these activities are important. Wake up, get up, take a shower, get dressed, comb or brush your hair, have breakfast. These are routines, things that you do as a responsibility, maybe, because there are more things that we do in our free time. And we also review the pronouns in order to learn that the third person, he, she, or it, the verb changes. Changes because we add an S at the end of the verb in general. When the verb ends in a consonant plus Y, we remove the Y and add IES to change the verb. And finally, with these verb endings OSH, CH, X, or double S, the verb changes to and we add es at the end of the verb. Also, we have the rule for is as a consonant plus y, study, studies, and so on. We practiced this a little bit on the workbook, and today we're going to review it. Yesterday, we saw a little bit different ways to answer. Uh, these are different ways to say yes and ways to say no. Not only say yes I do or no I don't, yes I am, no I'm not, but to give more information. These words represent a yes. All of these words. You say yes, you can say all right, by all means, certainly, fine, good, okay, surely, yeah, yep. These are forms to confirm that you are okay with something. You say yes. Or ways to say no in different ways. Definitely not. I'm not sure about that. This is a complete phrase. I'm not sure about that. Nay, never. Probably not. No way. That's definitive. I don't see it that way. So there are many ways to say yes or no. Yes, Fatima.
Teacher, ¿qué vendría significando that
That
and no?
la,
I
in this one, I'm not sure about that. This in Spanish, you say eso. No estoy seguro acerca de eso. I'm not sure about that. So that referring to an answer means eso. I'm not sure about that. For example, says, "Oh, I'm going to buy an ice cream." Okay, a chocolate ice cream. Oh, I don't like it. I'm not sure about that. Maybe vanilla or strawberry or another flavor. I'm not sure about that. Oh, you don't like ice cream? Nix, never, nay. I have something else to do, a different activity. But remember, these are ways to say no, just to answer in a negative way. Here is Antonio, I guess. He's arriving to class. We missed Antonio yesterday because he left the class, maybe because the electricity or the internet or the computer. Are you okay, Abram? Nice to see you. Antonio Abram, nice to see you. How is everything in Puebla? That's good. Good to have you here, Antonio. And also, we are reviewing, Antonio. We are reviewing what we learned last class. We use well to give us time to think. This is the phrase. Then when we are thinking what to answer, we don't know. You can say, okay, well, my friend is okay. And then you use the word, you give time to you to think using this phrase. It's a very short phrase. It's a word that is very useful. Let's go to the book. In this case, uh, uh, I am going to review, well, we are going to review by using the workbook. Please have your workbook open in page 26 because from that point we are going to review about unit number 4 very quickly. Let me know when you have the workbook ready to get the answers and also to review strategies of conversation and also grammar or and little practice. Are you ready with the book?
yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Fatima, Antonio, I hope you have the book. Remember, we're starting by using a third person, by describing a morning. In this case, what's Kathy's morning like? And she says, well, this is Kathy's morning. She gets up, remember? She, it's a word, it's a noun that we can use to is a pronoun that we can use instead of the name. In this case, she gets up because Kathy is a lady, is a woman, she is a girl. Kathy gets up early. Her son, uh, what is the answer for her son? I believe that the answer you have it. Her son, remember
Get up.
the
Get up.
gets up late. Exactly. The same verb gets up late. And that's the end because we changed the verb. In number two, she exercises, adding the S. Her son, what is the activity of her son?
Exercise.
Pardon me?
She exercise.
She exercises.
Exercise.
Exercises, adding the S at the end of the verb. What about her son? Her
So,
son plays. Exactly. Then in number three, she
she um,
to the
listen.
radio. She
Listen. Listen.
listens. Exactly. Is right here, listen. But for she is she listens. Number four, she and her co-workers
It.
eat. Only eat because they are three people. This sentence is talking about the three of them. It's talking about them. They, not he nor she, they. So she and her co-workers eat breakfast. Number five, Kathy
That is check it. Check.
checks.
Check.
Checks.
Kathy checks her email and
Read.
her boss
Read.
with an S
Read.
Reads.
reads because we are changing the verb to third person, remember. Then we rewrite sentences in the negative. Kathy's son gets up early. Kathy's son doesn't get up early. This is important because here we are using doesn't to say no. So we don't change the verb with an S because we have doesn't. In negative, we don't change the verb, only affirmative. So what is number two? What is the negative sentence for number two? Anybody? Fatima, Antonio, or Carolina? Kathy checks
Kathy,
her email.
Kathy doesn't check her mail before breakfast.
Exactly. Kathy doesn't check. Thank you. Very good. What about number three, Antonio? Can you do number three?
Mm, and two.
Number three.
Three. Kate and here's
Son
does not
does not
uh, told allow
talk. Okay, in this case, does not or doesn't is for third person, he or she. In this case, we have Kathy and her son, so we use don't. Kathy and her son, because there are two people there. Kathy and her son don't talk a lot in the morning. Okay? In this case, is don't. It's clear, Antonio?
yes.
Okay. When it's only one person, he or she doesn't. Two or more don't. What about number four, Fatima? Can you help me with Kathy's son does his homework?
Kathy's son doesn't his
Homework.
homework.
Okay. Kathy's.
Espere.
Yes, think about it. Think Kathy's son. The negative doesn't.
He does homework.
Doesn't. The verb is missing. What
Does
is the verb? Doesn't do
do his homework.
his homework. In this case, we need to add the verb homework. It's very important. Remember, doesn't means no, but the action is do the homework. I do the homework. He, Kathy's son, does his homework. When I add the negative, negative means no only. So Kathy's son doesn't do his homework. Very important. Write this down because do here is not a repetition. Do here is the verb, is the action. This one means only no. It's the negative part of the sentence. But the activity is do the homework. Very important.
Sure. Do
This.
significa hacer. No el
Exactly.
resto. Okay.
Exactly. Do his homework. In this case, as you said, do the homework in Spanish. Now let's continue. Here we answer this activity by using the verbs given. We have all the verbs in the brackets. Well, for example, I have it's hard work. The answer, get up. And I work late. But my boss is nice. He's French and he, what is the verb here? What is the correct verb? He
Studies.
studies. Very good, Carolina, because we are talking about the boss. Now, next one. He what?
Does.
He does. He does his homework. And I qué? I what?
I help.
I help him. Sometimes he's quiet and he negative talk.
Doesn't. Doesn't talk.
Doesn't talk. Very good. Now we have the next one. He
Listen.
listens with an S, very good, to the radio and
Sing.
sings. Very good. But we, negative for we,
Don't not.
Don't like.
don't like. Exactly. Don't like. Don't like the same music. He
Like. Likes.
likes, exactly. Very good, Antonio. He likes coffee too. We, together, two people, we both
Have
have.
2 cups of coffee.
Exactly. We have coffee, 4 cups of coffee. Very good. Next activity, match here the verbs with the action. Number one. What is number one? Do homework, I guess. Yes. Study. Number two, study.
Study English.
English. Check.
Check. I email our messenger.
Very good. Listen.
To the radio.
Listen to the radio. Very good. Drive.
A car.
A car. Play.
Games.
Play games on the computer. Read.
A book.
Read a book. And finally, go
On
on the internet. And then you wrote through sentences about your morning routine. Things that you do or things you don't do. For example, right here, I don't do my homework in the morning. No. Maybe I have breakfast in the morning because it's a morning routine. I take a shower in the morning and so on. Maybe I don't watch TV in the morning. Negative. Lesson B, routines. We check about fun things to do and not fun. Do you remember some fun things? Give me one, Carolina. One thing that is fun for you.
If eat a snack.
Eat snacks. What about you, Antonio? One thing that is fun for you?
to um, I go to work.
Go to work.
Huh? Yes.
Okay. One thing that is fun from these things that are in the box. For example, Fatima, what is a fun thing for you to do?
Ex-friend.
Text friends. Okay. It's something that you like to do. For example, Antonio, do you watch TV
Watch TV.
or clean
To
the
radio.
house? Is it fun to clean the house, Carolina?
Not fun.
Not fun. It's fun to go shopping.
Yes, fun.
Fatima, do you go shopping?
Yes.
Is it fun?
Yes.
Okay. Antonio, do you do the laundry in your house?
Yes.
Really? Is it fun to do the laundry?
Mm, no.
No, it's not fun. Very good. And then we learn about days of the week. We have 7 days. Please give me the weekdays, 5 days that are the weekdays. What are the days? One, two, three.
Monday,
Monday,
Tuesday,
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 Wednesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Very good. Now the 2 days from the weekend
Sunday, Sunday, Saturday.
and Saturday. Yes. Here in this activity, you need to use the time expressions that we have here to write one thing you do or don't do. For example, on the weekends, I clean the house on the weekends. I don't go to work on the weekends. After class, maybe we can say an example here again. I do my homework after class. And that's something that is affirmative after class. Maybe negative. Uh, I don't. I don't watch TV after class. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I hope that you did that in your workbook. What about number 3? Some activity that you do every day. Antonio, Fatima, or Carolina? What is the activity that you do every day?
I take a shower every day.
Exactly. I take a shower every day. Very good. One thing you don't do every day, Carolina?
Um, I don't
I,
watch
I
TV.
don't. Okay, I don't watch TV
TV.
every day. For the number 4, on Saturdays, Fatima or Antonio?
I play games.
Okay, I play games or video games on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, on Saturdays. Very good. One thing, Fatima, that you don't do on Saturdays.
I don't um, homework. I don't do homework.
Exactly. When homework. When you do not do homework. I don't do homework on. Can you read the complete sentence, Carolina? Digo, Fatima?
I don't do homework on Saturday.
Very good. Now, Antonio, help me please. One activity you do in the afternoon. And any activity. One activity you like to do in the afternoon.
I play games the soccer.
Again, Antonio, I can hear you.
I play games the soccer.
I play soccer when in the afternoon.
After, in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. So, well, capital letter. Well, let's put it in the lowercase letter. Afternoon. Very good. I play soccer in the afternoons. Very good. One thing you don't do in the afternoon, Antonio. Something you don't do.
I don't, I don't play, play in
In
the
the,
afternoon.
in the afternoon. One thing you do not do.
I don't homework.
I don't.
My homework
I don't do
do
my homework. Very bad, Antonio, huh? In the afternoon. Oh, Antonio, you need to do the homework. Well, you need to practice. So it's okay. It's an example. Very good. These are activities you do or don't do. Remember that we finished this activity. Carolina and Fatima helped me to do it. Remember? Uh, what's your week like, Eduardo? Do you go to work every day? Well, do you see? Here is the strategy. Well, no,
Don't.
I don't. I work at home on Fridays. Really? What about on the weekends? What is the correct word here?
do
Do.
Do, exactly. Do. Do you
work.
I
work? Very good. Eduardo. Yes, I.
Do
do.
Yes, I do. Very good. I'm going to do it with this. It's easier. Mm, okay. So do work. Yes, I do. But, well, I don't. Okay. Eduardo, yes, I do, but I don't like it. What about you? Do or does?
Pass.
do
Your husband. Very good. Does. What about next one? Does your husband
Go.
go or goes?
do
Go.
Go. Does your husband go? Because we are using go here because it's a question. When we have a question with does, we don't change the verb. Okay. And then Cecilia, yes,
We do.
we do, but just on Monday and Friday we clean or cleans.
Clean.
We
clean.
clean the house and we
Go.
go. Eduardo says, oh, do or does your son?
Does.
Very good. Third person. Play or plays?
Play.
Play. Very good, Carolina. Yes, he.
Does.
Yes, he does. He's on a school team. Do or does your son?
Does.
Does again, the same question. Play or plays?
Play.
Play. And finally, oh no,
Does.
he doesn't. It's the negative. He plays game on his computer. Now in this part, you need to complete the question. You needed to complete the questions and then write answers about you with your own information. Did you do it, Carolina? Did
Yeah.
you do did you do it, Fatima?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Does.
Does, very good. Does your father
Do.
do the laundry? The answer.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. And I remember
Never
that we wrote this. He never
does the laundry.
does the laundry. He never does the laundry. Yes, those parents are bad parents. What about number three? Do or does?
Do.
You and your friend do is correct. Shopping. What is the missing verb here? Do shopping, play shopping, eat shopping, go shopping. What is the correct one?
Go.
Go shopping. Exactly. We have the question. Number four, what is the correct one for the question? Do or does? Your friends
Go.
do. Do your friends their email?
Check.
Check. Very good, Carolina. Do your friends check their email before breakfast? Very good. Question number five. Your mother. Only one. Your mother.
That.
Do, does. Very good. Does your mother the news on internet every day?
It.
Read. Exactly. So the answers are different because everyone is different. For example, do you and your friends go shopping on Saturdays? No, we don't. Maybe we go shopping on Sundays. What about you, Carolina? What is your answer for number three?
Yes. Oh, no. Not. They. They does. Go shopping on Saturday.
They go shopping.
They go shopping.
They go shopping. What about you, Fatima, with number three? Do you and your friends go shopping on Saturdays?
No, we not.
We
We does.
don't. We don't.
We don't.
And the next information, remember, we are giving more information that only yes or no. So, do you and your friends go shopping on Saturdays? No, we don't.
Um, we.
We
mm, we.
no, we don't. We maybe something like this. We never go shopping on Saturdays. That's more information. Okay. Antonio, what about you, Antonio? Do you and your friends go shopping on Saturdays?
No,
No,
we don't.
we don't.
We never go shopping on Saturday.
Okay, that's my answer. But, well, what about you and your friends? You never go shopping on Saturdays? That's fine. Okay. Okay, let's go to lesson C now. Remember, here it's part of the practice. Do you work out every day? What means workout? Workout. What is workout? What is workout? Remember what is workout? It's like exercise. And here, very important, saying more than yes or no. We needed to complete the conversation using these phrases in the box. Number one is done. For example, here it says, hi, are you okay? You look lost. Hello, where is room 105? Do you know? I'm new here and I'm late. Yeah, it's right over there next to the cafeteria. Thanks. So, do you work here? What is the correct phrase for this line?
It's fun and the people are nice.
No. The correct one for this number, well, I'm going to write a number, is this. Number one. Number two.
Too small. Too small.
I work part-time in the cafeteria. This goes here. Okay? I work part-time in the cafeteria. Let's go for the next one. And it says,
It's fun.
do exactly here. It's fun and the people are nice. Very good, Carolina. This goes here. Exactly. Do you like your job? Yes, I do. The people, it's fun and the people are nice. Next one. That's good. Do you work here every day?
No,
Well, no.
Monday and Wednesday.
Exactly. Just Mondays and Tuesdays, Mondays and Wednesdays. Good. What about the next one? It says, I go to class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you're a student too. Yeah,
I am an English student.
exactly. I am an English student. Very good. Let me erase here because I need to go down or up. I am an English student, yes, and really, I am an English student too. Do you belong to the English club? Yes, I do.
I go there Monday after work.
Exact. I go there Mondays after work is great. So this is a conversation that you needed to complete. And using this conversation, let's answer true or false for these statements. So for example, Mike and Johnny are friends. Incorrect. Well, in this case, not incorrect, but it's false. Mike works in the cafeteria. True or false?
True.
True. Mike is a new student. A new student.
False.
False.
False. He's not a new student. Very good. What about Mike works on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
True.
True.
Really?
False.
False.
Uh, false.
He
Student.
he goes to class
Go.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mike likes his part-time job. True or false?
True.
True. Yes, because he says it's fun and the people are nice. So he likes his job. Next, Jumi and Mike are English students.
True.
True, because he says, uh, well, no, I go to class. I am a student. Oh, so you're a student? Yes, I am an English student too. So he's a student. Well, they are students. And finally, Mike belongs to the English club. True or false?
True.
True.
True. He says, I go there when? I go there on Mondays after work to the English club. Very good. And this is the last activity of lesson C. You need to scramble the questions, put the words in order, and then write the answer. Now let's just check the correct order of the questions. For example, number one, it's correct here. It's done. Do you live around here? Just the question. What is the correct order for question number two?
You, here you are. From
What is the correct order?
Are
Check the
you
words.
originally here?
Are you,
From.
from from original.
are you,
From. No. Are you here?
no, are you originally,
Are you
from here.
From here. Are you originally from here? Very good. That's the answer. For number three.
Are you student full time?
No, there is one word missing. Are you is okay. Are you
A full time student?
exactly a full-time student? Excellent. Are you a full-time student? That's the answer. Oh, well, that's the correct order of the question. Number four, Carolina, do you have number four, Carolina?
Um, do you have um, do you have or brother, sister and brother,
Do you have
brother or
sisters or brothers? Is a way. Is the order here is not important. Sisters
brother?
or brothers? That's it's more common to say, do you have brothers or sisters? But it doesn't matter. Sisters or brother is okay. Now, number five. Antonio, help me with number five. You work the on weekends do.
Do you workings on the work?
Weekends means Saturday and Sunday. Do you no, the order is incorrect. Do you
Work
do you work? Very good. Do you work
on the workings
on the weekends?
weekends.
Did you work on the weekends? That's the correct order. Very good. Do you work on the weekends? What about number six? Six is for Fatima.
Do you text? Uh, uh, do you text? Do you text
Mhm.
friends every day?
Do you text? Yeah, you didn't use this one.
You friend
Do you text
Your
your friends every day? Exactly. That's the correct order. Do you text your friends? Oops. Every day? Number seven, Carolina, this is for you.
No sé.
you get up every early day,
Do you get up
every early day,
early? Yes. Do you get up early every day? Okay. And finally, number eight, Antonio.
Um,
Grandparents do
do
with
you like?
your.
Do you
Do you
like
live? Do you?
with grandparents?
Do you live with your
Grand-
grandparents? Very good.
Good grandparents?
Exactly. Do you live with your grandparents? That is the answer. That is the question. You have different answers. We are going to check the answers later, maybe today or tomorrow. Now let's go to lesson D, everybody. On average. What means on average? This little word here, on average. Do you know this word? Is this a new word for you? Average. On average. Let me say that average is a word that we use when something is not really low or really high. So not low, not really high, in the middle, average. Also, we use average when we are talking about grades. For example, you say, oh, you're excellent, you're good, oh, you're average, or poor. For example, when someone has these grades, for example, math, uh, let me write it correctly. Math, you have 8. And maybe uh, Spanish, you have 8. No, let's do 6. You have 6 in Spanish. And finally, math, Spanish, uh, biology. Oh, you have biology. You have 10 in biology. So you add 10 plus 6 plus 8. Total is, how much is that? 24. Divided by 3, your average is 8. Okay, so average means something not really high, not really low, or the combination of results divided by the total of the parts. In this case, it's just an example. Math, you have 8. Spanish, you have 6. But biology, you got 10. So the average from these 3 grades is 8. So what means average?
Promedio.
Exactly, Carolina. Average means that word. So did you have it, Fatima? Average, Antonio, average. Can you repeat the word, Carolina, in Spanish?
Promedio.
Exactly. That's the word average in Spanish. And here in the lesson, uh, in the book, it says on average because we have, there are a lot of questionnaires right now in Mexico about the elections. They are getting results, and some people go for the PAN, some people go for the PRI, and some people go to AMLO, and they show the preferences. AMLO 20%, PRI 2%, PAN 20%. So they make an average grading of those results. It's just an example. In this part says reading. We are going to read a survey. In this case, a survey means an encuesta. So we know people's answers about some topics. For example, here we have at work or school, on the bus, train, or in the car. Then we have on the internet, and also we have on the phone. Many some activities that people do. Can you read the question, the instruction here, Fatima, please?
How much time do you spend on these activities every day? Tell
Imagine,
us.
thank you, Fatima. Tell the class, sorry, my mistake, not letting you finish. Can you repeat again the activity, Fatima?
How much time do you spend on this activity every day? Tell the class.
Exactly. Imagine, this is the question. How much time do you spend at work or school? How much time do you spend at work or school? Think about that. How much time do you spend on the internet or on the phone? This is like a survey for you. Or how much time do you spend on the bus, train, on the car, when you go to the school, when you go to work, or when you travel to another city? How much time? How much is asking about uh, an amount of time? How many hours? How much time? For example, Carolina or Fatima or Antonio, when you use your phone, how much time do you use your phone, your cell phone? 1 hour? 2 hours? 3 hours? A day? How
Um,
many hours? How much time?
one
1 hour.
of
1 hour? Okay. 1 hour, Carolina?
1 hour. Yes.
What about you, Antonio? Only 1 hour? I don't believe you. You spend more time with Facebook, with Twitter, with WhatsApp. 1 hour? Well, okay.
May, one May,
One day? Nah,
one
no.
May, email.
Okay, you check your email there. Yes. So, for example, here, listen to this. Can you read this one, Antonio?
I speed about an hour a day on the phone.
1 hour a day on the phone. 1 hour. 1 hour is too much or too low? 1 hour on the phone.
On the watch.
It's too much or low?
Too much.
Too much, yes. Now here it says part B, read the article and take the quiz. Quiz is the questionnaire. It's like an exam. Then compare with a partner. Are you like average Americans? We are going to learn about Americans, young people, about their habits. Okay? Take a look at the survey here. This is the survey, is a web page. The question is, are you like an average American? Are you? We don't know. Please, I am going to read the article in these parts, right here and right here. Then you are going to read it with me. But please check or underline words that are new for you, please. Okay? Maybe one word, two words, as many as you don't know. Okay? Let's start. I'm going to start. And you are going to help me too, Carolina, Fatima, and Antonio. I start, then you continue reading, okay? Let me start. It says, do you work 8 hours a day? Then you're similar to the typical American. Carolina,
In fact, the average American with a full-time job works just over 8 hours a day.
very good. Fatima,
How much time do you spend on the internet? The average American spend just under 2.5 hours a day online.
very good. Antonio, please.
So do you like your life? The average America
Find out, find out with our quiz. Okay, is there any new word for you here? Is there a new word? ¿Alguna palabra nueva aquí? A word that you don't understand?
Teacher, full and time, así juntas, ¿qué significa? Full,
Full time. Full means complete. For example, some work, some jobs, you work only 4 hours, maybe 2 hours. Like for example, in McDonald's, I have a friend that works only 4 hours, full time, 8 hours working. Okay, so full time means the complete day working. Full time. It's like saying tiempo completo. Okay? Part time, only 4 hours, maybe only 1 hour or two or three. Full time, the complete day. Is another word, Fatima, Antonio?
In fact,
In fact, in Spanish, it's like de hecho, the average American is like the result. So this is true. The average American with full time works just over 8 hours a day. Is there another word here? Here, over 8 hours a day is a good phrase. Under 2.5 hours a day. What means over? Over means something like this. Over. For example, the full-time job is 8 hours. So maybe I work over. So I mean I work 9 hours or 10 hours. More over 8 hours a day. Under means that I work maybe if 8 is the total, I work 6 or 4 hours. So I am under. Over means going up. Under means going down. Más o menos. Over 8 hours a day, más de 8 horas al día. Under 2.5 hours a day, menos de 2 horas y media. Okay? Is there another word here that is new for you guys?
Kiss.
Quiz. Our quiz. Our is a possessive adjective, remember? My, I, my. You, your, he, his. She, her. We, our class, our friend, our quiz, our questionnaire. This is the questionnaire. Okay. Our quiz. Quiz means like an exam. This is the exam right here. These questions are the exam, the quiz. Let's continue reading here in this final part, and then we go to the questions. Antonio, can you help me, please, with this part, starting here?
So are you
Mm-hmm.
likes the average
Average,
average American? If you are dance okay, is fine for ¿cómo se pronuncia?
fun, fun.
Fun to compare compare o cómo es?
Com- compare,
Compare your life with the life
very good.
of people in another country.
Very good, Antonio. Carolina, can you help me?
If you are, that's okay too, because the average American is happy.
The average American is happy. Thank you, Carolina. Very good job, too. So, if you are like this, so are you like the average American? Think about the questions so you can know if you are similar to an American. Question number one. It says average American, yes, no, yes, no. Okay. Do you get up at 6:30 a.m. on weekdays? Average Americans, yes. What about you, Carolina, Fatima, Antonio? Check yes or check no. Do you get up at 6:30 on the weekdays? Weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. Question number two. Can you read question number 2, Fatima?
Do you sing in the shower?
Do you sing in the shower? Americans don't sing. What about you, Fatima? Do you sing? Yes. Do you sing, Carolina? When
Yes,
you are showering, oh, la incondicional, la que no esperan. Something like that. You are in the shower and you sing nada,
yes.
nada, 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 something like that. Okay, check yes or no. Antonio, number 3.
Do you have cereal?
Cereal.
Cereal with milk for breakfast?
Exactly. In the morning, maybe you got your bowl with cereal, you add milk, and you have your breakfast with cornflakes, something like that. Do you? Check yes or
Yes.
check no. Carolina, number 4.
Do you have a pet?
A pet, maybe a cat, maybe a dog, maybe a parrot, maybe birds, maybe an iguana as a pet. What is a pet?
Um,
Mascota.
Exactly. Pet, maybe a cat, a dog, a parrot, a perico, some birds. What is another pet you can have?
peces, pieces,
Huh?
peces, 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 pecera, ¿cómo se dice una pecera?
Ah, fish.
Fish.
Okay. I'm
Se
going to check
considera,
about.
se considera como mascota. ¿Sí?
I guess so, yes. Maybe a fish bowl is something that you can use for a pet. Let me look for pecera. How do you say pecera in English? It's a very good question. Fish bowl, yes. Pecera in English, fish bowl. Let me write it down for you. So you can have fish and you feed the fish. Okay, fish bowl, pecera. So if you have fish, maybe you have a fish bowl and you have fish for pets. What about the next question? Antonio, question number 6. No, number 5.
And do you use public transportation or
Public transportation, yeah. Maybe you take the
transportation?
bus, maybe you take a
Okay,
taxi. Yes or no? You answer.
transportation.
hmm Public transportation. A taxi, an Uber, or a Didi. I don't know. Oh, you have your car? Okay, you drive. Number 6. Who's next? Carolina.
Six. Do you have television about 3 hours a day?
3 hours a day watching television. Oh, changing the channels. Do you watch? Check yes or check no. Number 7. Fatima, can you help me?
Do you exercise every day?
In the morning, 6 o'clock. So let's go to run every day.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Number 8, Antonio, can you help me, please?
Do you eat at a restaurant 3 times a week?
Oops, eat at a restaurant. You have a lot of money. 3 times a week. Too much money. Beeps, dogs, uh, I don't know, Sambors, or maybe los biscuits Obregons. Too expensive. A lot of money. 3 times a week. Okay, check yes or check no. And then compare your answers. If you wake up or get up at 6:30, you are like an average American. If you sing in the shower, you are like an average American. If you eat cereal, you have a pet, you use public transportation, and you watch television, do you exercise, do you eat in restaurants, you are an average American. But we have 8 questions. Who has, how many yes do you have? Count your yes answers. For example, if you have more than 5 yes answers, then you are like an average American. Count your answers, please. Fatima, how many yes do you have?
5.
5. Carolina, how many Jeff do you have? How many yes do you have?
Hi.
5 also. Okay. What about you, Antonio? How many yes do you have?
Five.
5 too?
Yes.
Okay. So you you are like Donald Trump because you are an average American. Very similar to the people that live in United States. And we all, I think, are like that because sometimes you sing, sometimes you use public transportation, and so on. Now let's check part C. It says, read the article again. What does it say about these things? The article right here. This article is going to help us to answer these questions about the average American. True or false? Number one, let's check one by one. Works under 10 hours a day. True or false? True. Where does it say in the article? So the average American with full-time job works just over 8 hours a day, more than 8 hours. So maybe 9 or 10. Number two, it spends 3.5 hours on the internet every day. True or false?
False.
False. It says under 2.5. Very good, Carolina. Number three, gets up at 8 a.m. on weekdays. True or false? According to the article.
False.
False.
False. Very good, Antonio. Yes, this is false. Eats cereal in the morning. True or false?
True.
True. Yes, okay. Number five. Eats at a restaurant about 4 times a week. True or false? 4 times or 3 times? True or false?
False.
False. 3 times a week. And finally, uses public transportation every day.
True.
Really, Antonio?
Haven't you?
It's false. It says, look at the question number 5. Do you use public transportation every day? No. The average American does not use public transportation. So this is false. Okay? These answers are in this article. Okay. Any questions here? Any other word that is new for you?
No,
No?
teacher.
Give me a thumbs up if everything's okay. Fatima, Antonio, everything fine? Let's go to part 2, listening. Here we are going to practice our listening comprehension. We are going to listen about teen habits. Teen people people that has between 13 and 19 years old. Okay, so these are the teens. When you have 13 years old and you grow up until 19, you are a teenager. So, teen habits, people that are 13 to 19 years old. We are going to listen about a person right here is this guy, uh, Tyler Johnson. We are going to read and hear about his habits. He is an average teenager. We are going to listen this interview with this teenager, Tyler Johnson, and we are going to complete the sentences right here. For example, it says, an average teenager sends or receives 200 text messages a day or listens to music for 2 hours a day. It spends over 4 hours a day on the internet a day and watch TV 20 hours a week. We are going to listen about Tyler Johnson, how many texts he sends or receives, how much time he spends listening to music every day, how many hours he spends on the internet, and how many hours does he watch TV in a week. Okay? This is important. You need to hear the information and you are going to write down here the information missing. Are you ready to listen to the audio?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, here goes. Listen carefully.
Page 41.
Can you hear it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good.
Lesson D. On average. 2. Listening. Teen habits. A. Read about the habits of an average teenager in the United States. Then, listen to an interview with teenager Tyler Johnson.
Hey, Tyler, here's an interesting article about teenagers, about their daily habits. Just listen to this. An average teenager sends or receives over 200 text messages a day. That's amazing.
200? Yeah, well, I only send about 50 messages a day.
Yeah, but how many do you receive?
Well, probably about 50. Oh, okay. So I send and receive about 100 text messages a day. That's not bad.
And what about music? Do you listen to a lot of music? The average teenager listens to music for 2 hours a day.
I don't know. Actually, I only listen when I'm on the bus or train, and that's about 2 hours every day. So I think I listen to music about 2 hours a day. I guess I'm pretty average when it comes to music.
Yeah. And then it says teenagers spend over 4 hours a day on the internet.
Oh, I don't spend that much time. You know, I'm only on for about 2 hours at night. Oh, wait. I spend about 2 hours on different social networks during the day. Okay, so I guess I spend 4 hours a day on the internet. Is that a lot?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, how much television do you watch? It says here that an average teenager watches about 20 hours a week of television. Now that's a lot.
20 hours? I don't watch 20 hours a week. Let's see. On weekdays, I watch about 3 hours at night, and then on the weekends, I watch 3 or 4 baseball games or soccer matches. So that's probably 8 hours. So how much is that?
It's 23 hours a week. I mean, that's almost one whole day a week you spend watching TV.
So I spend 23 hours a week in front of the TV. Wow, that's pretty bad, isn't it?
Wow. What about Tyler Johnson? Average teenager sends or receives over 200 text messages a day. How many Tyler Johnson sent or receives? Do you?
Pay.
Very good, Carolina. Yes, 100. Let's listen where it says that.
Listen to some of Tyler's statement, or are you different? Check the correct box. Pay.
Okay, right.
Pay Johnson.
Hey, or receives over 200.
I only send about 50 messages a day.
50.
Yeah, but
Sent or
how
received.
many do you receive?
Well, probably about 50. Oh, okay. So I send and receive about 100 text messages a day.
I sent or receive 100. Very good. Now, number 2, listens to music for 2 hours a day. How many hours does Tyler Johnson listen to music for?
2.
2 hours. Very good, Fatima. He said so.
That's not
Music for 2 hours a day.
train. And, that's...
Day.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Actually, I only listen when I'm on the bus
On the
or
bus
train.
or train.
And, that's about 2 hours every day.
Hours.
So I think I listen to music about 2 hours a day.
I think I listen to music for 2 hours a day. Very good, Fatima. Number 3, spends over 4 hours a day on the internet. How many hours Tyler Johnson spend on the internet?
I guess I'm pretty average when it comes...
4 hours a day
Let's
on
listen.
the internet.
Oh, I don't spend that much time. You know, I'm only on for about 2 hours at night. Oh, wait. I spend about 2 hours on different social networks during the day. Okay, so I guess I spend 4 hours a day on the internet. Is that a lot?
Oh, I don't know.
4 hours a day. That's the answer for number 3. And how many hours does he watch TV a week?
Okay, how much television do you watch? It says here that an average teenager watches about 20 hours a week of television. Now that's a lot.
20 hours? I don't watch 20 hours a week. Let's see. On weekdays, I watch about 3 hours at night, and then on the weekends, I watch 3 or 4 baseball games or soccer matches. So that's probably 8 hours. So how many hours? I don't watch
Let me do the math here for you so you can see the result.
20 hours a week. Let's see. On weekdays, I watch about 3 hours at night, and then on the weekends, I watch 3 or 4 baseball games or soccer matches. So that's probably 8 hours. So how much is that?
It's 23 hours a week.
It says 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. 5 times 3, 15. Plus 8 hours on the weekend, 23. Let's listen again.
And then on the weekend, hours?
Average teenager watches about 20 hours a week of television. Now that's a lot.
20 hours? I don't watch 20 hours a week. Let's see. On weekdays, I watch about 3 hours at night, and then on the weekends, I watch 3 or 4 baseball games or soccer matches. So that's probably 8 hours. So how much is that?
It's 23 hours a week.
So how many hours does he watch TV? How many hours?
23.
23. Yes, 23 hours. How many hours do you watch TV? Carolina, Fatima, or Antonio? The same or more? Same? Okay. What about you, Fatima? More or the same?
Design.
Really? Antonio, how many hours do you watch TV?
Teacher.
Yes.
¿Qué significa design?
The same? Okay, very good question. The same means similar, means equal, or in Spanish, lo mismo, equal. It's equal, it's the same, it's similar. So, for example, if you drink water, you drink the same as me. Imagine that you are going to the restaurant and we all four go to the restaurant and Fatima has carne enchilada, Carolina pozole, Antonio mole, and I say the same as Antonio. So Antonio gets mole and I get mole too. Same means lo mismo. Okay?
Y para decir menos.
You say less.
Oh, okay.
So less time, less hour, less text messages, less hours listen to music or watching TV or hours on the internet. Less time,
Okay.
less.
Ah, yo veo menos televisión que
Okay.
Tyler.
You watch less TV than Tyler. Okay, that's good. Any other question here? Caro, Carolina, Antonio? No? Let's go to part B. It says, listen some of Tyler's statements again. Are you like Tyler or are you different? You are going to check the box comparing with him. Now we know that he spends or he sends 100 text messages, sends or receive. He listens the music 4 hours a day. No, 2 hours. 2 hours a day. He spends about 4 hours on the internet a day and he watches TV for 23 hours. So this exercise B, is for you to say that you are similar or the same or equal as Tyler or different from Tyler. Okay? Let's listen to the statements that he is going to say.
Page 41. 2. Listening. Teen habits. B. Listen to some of Tyler's statements again. Are you like Tyler or are you different? Check the correct box.
Okay, you need to check the correct box. If you are similar to Tyler, you check this one. If you are different, you check the one in the bottom. Okay, here goes. Number one.
1.
So I send and receive about 100 text messages a day. That's not bad.
Okay, do you send or receive 100 text messages a day? If you receive 100 or send 100 text messages a day, You are like Tyler. In my case, yes, I send and receive about 100. What about you, Carolina? The same or different?
Repeat the
Yes, okay, don't worry. Tyler says that he sends or receives 100 text messages. Are you like Tyler or different?
difference.
Different. Okay, you have to check this box right here. What about you, Fatima? Similar or different?
Different.
Different. What about you, Antonio? Different or similar?
Different.
Different. Okay. Now let's go for number two.
2,
So I think I listen to music about 2 hours a day. I guess I'm pretty average when it comes to music.
Okay. 2 hours a day listening to music.
Different.
Different?
Different.
Okay.
Different.
Carolina, different. Antonio?
Different.
Different. Fatima?
Different.
Okay. Number three.
3,
Okay, so I guess I spend 4 hours a day on the internet. Is that a lot?
4 hours a day. Fatima, Carolina, Antonio?
Different.
Different or just or same as Tyler?
Same as Tyler.
Same, okay. What about you, Antonio?
Different.
Different, okay. Number four.
4,
So I spend 23 hours a week in front of the TV. Wow, that's pretty bad, isn't it?
Okay.
Different.
Similar or different, Carolina?
Different.
Fatima?
Different.
Antonio?
Different.
Very good. Okay, I think I am similar to that, but don't don't hear me well. Okay. Let's go for number three to finish. Writing and speaking a typical week. We are about to finish the class, but let's do this before we go. This is important. Writing. You need to practice writing because this it's an ability for you also to speak English. English is not only talking or listening, it's also writing English or reading English. So a typical week. Complete the sentences about you. A typical day for you. For example, I take classes hours a week. How many hours a week? Maybe 6 hours a week. But you need to answer your own information. I work or I study hours a week. How many hours a week do you work or do you study? On the internet, how many hours do you spend on the internet? How many hours you spend watching TV? I watch TV maybe 20, maybe 40 hours a week. Or I spend with my friends. How many hours do you spend with your friends? Maybe chatting, playing, or maybe playing games on the internet. How many hours? Write down the hours you spend doing these activities. In my case, I work study like 48 hours a week. On the internet, maybe 20 hours. I watch TV, well, like 10 hours a week, maybe more, maybe 14 hours. And with my friends, well, I have few friends, maybe 4 hours a week. I don't have many friends. So you answer with your own information. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 minute to complete this exercise. Let me know when you are finished. Okay. Write down the hours you spend doing these activities. When you finish, give me a check, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Fatima.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you, Carolina. Antonio. The exercise says complete the sentences and then tell a partner about your typical week. For example, in my case, I'm going to tell you, oh, I take classes 6 hours a week. What about you, Carolina?
I I take classes 6 hours a week.
Okay, the same. You say, what about you, Fatima, or what about you, Antonio?
Three.
Are you ready? Okay, Carolina. Okay,
Uh,
this is what we are going to do. I say the sentence, then I say, what about you, Carolina? And then you, Carolina, say the sentence. When you finish, you say, what about you? And you say Antonio, or you say Carolina, Fatima. So they continue giving the sentences. Did I make myself clear? Did you understand? So it's like pasando la bolita. I pass the bolita to you, then you pass the bolita to someone else. Okay? Okay, for example, let's try again. Oh, Carolina, I work 48 hours a week. What about you, Carolina?
I work study 10 hours a week. Um,
What about you,
what about you,
Fatima or Antonio?
Fatima?
What about you, Fatima? Tell her.
I'm study 6 hours a week. What about you, Antonio?
Antonio! Antonio! Where are you, Antonio?
Perdón. I study 5 hours a week.
Very good.
I speak 2 hours. ¿Contesta la otra, teacher?
Yes, I spent.
I spend 20 hours a week on the internet.
What
Carolina?
about you? And you say, what about you, Fatima or Carolina?
Carolina.
Okay. What about you, Carolina?
I spend 3 or 4 hours a weekend on internet.
A week on the internet.
How about you, Fatima?
I spend 2 and 4 hours a week on the internet.
Ask me,
Uh,
what about you,
what,
teacher?
what about you, teacher?
Oh, I spent like 20 hours a week on the internet. I watch TV 14 hours a week. What about you, Fatima?
30 minutes
Hours.
hours a week. I no veo mucho la tele.
Okay, I see. I watch TV 13 minutes a week. How many hours? Really? What about you, Carolina or Antonio?
What about you, Antonio?
I watch
TV?
less TV, less hours a week.
Ah, okay.
Mm,
Carolina, what about you, Carolina?
Carolina.
I watch TV less 1 hours a week.
Okay.
How about you, Fatima? I
Well,
spend
Like TV or I spend one no 2 hours a week with my friends. What about you, Carolina?
I spend never hours a weekend with my friends.
never or 0 hours?
Zero,
Zero.
zero, zero, zero.
Okay. Now pass the bolita to Antonio.
How about you, Antonio?
I spend 5 hours a week with my friends.
Exactly. Very good. Very good, everybody. Good job. Now, to finish the class today, here we are going to stop, and tomorrow we are going to continue with this part. We are going to review about the use of capital letters, means uppercase, or in this case, mayúsculas. When do we use it? Why do we use it? And how do we use it? And tomorrow we are going to write about a friend or a classmate, okay? In the workbook to practice, please, page number 32. Here you need to read again about an article. What do you think about average? What do you think average American do after work or school? Spend time with family, go out with friends, read, go out to dinner, watch TV, or go shopping. You need to check 3 boxes. Whatever you think is optional. Then read the article. Find new words. If you see a word that is new for you, write it down or underline the word. For example, maybe, oh, it's a new word. I don't know what maybe is. So underline the word and we check that tomorrow, okay? For new words. Then you answer this question. Read the article again and you correct the sentences that are false. Some sentences are true, some sentences are false, but you need to correct the sentence. For example, Americans go out with friends every night after work. That is false. The correct one is Americans don't usually go out with friends in the evening. Where is this information? Here in the article. They don't usually go out with friends in the evening. So you need to correct the false sentences. Okay? We are going to check this tomorrow to complete unit number 4. So what did we learn in unit number 4? We learned about the question with what is your typical day like? Some daily routines that we do every day, how to conjugate the verb for third person with the rules, and also how to respond more than yes or no when we give information, a little bit more of information, using well to give us time to think. And a new word that is average means promedio. Tomorrow we are going to continue also with unit number 5. Please try to practice on the workbook with the activity that I told you here. And we check this one tomorrow, okay? Any questions here?
No,
No
teacher.
questions?
No,
Everything okay?
everything.
Really? Antonio, no questions? Fatima? Okay, give me your question, Fatima.
No, teacher.
Ah, no questions. Okay. Very good. Antonio, everything okay?
No, teacher.
No, okay? Or yes, no question?
No, no question.
Okay, well then, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? 4:30. to continue with unit number 4. Well, to finish number 4 and continue with number 5.
Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
You're welcome. Have a nice evening. Be good. Bye-bye.
See you later.
See you later.